Previously on Redbeard's Garage. Alright, so I got the most tedious part done. Basically, I cut these weird shaped pieces of metal out of 1/4 inch thick stuff. So basically, the weld on top of the axle hanger, like so, that'll clear the axle for when we need to pull it out. And what that'll do is when we slide the caliper on, it'll rest right there, and I can weld these coupler nuts. These are 1/4 inch coupler nuts. I drilled them out with 9/32 drill bit to make a 8mm bolt slot in it, but you can see it'll hug right up against that. These coupler nuts will be welded to this all the way around, and then this will be welded to the axle hanger on each side and give me a brake mount. So now I'm going to bevel all my edges so I can get a good penetration on this thing, and I'll tack it in like 6 different places and then pull everything off and kind of weld it going back and forth, because you don't want to weld one side, it'll draw it in. So I want to weld, you know, tack it a bunch so it can't draw, and then we'll be good to go. So that'll be there. It's hard to hold. And this caliper, like I said, when you take these 2 bolts out, it'll allow the caliper to slide right out. So these are just like extensions, you know, to house the bolts and make it longer.
In the meantime, Molly's doing this.
It's not fun. His tedious part's over. I still got some tedious stuff to do. All these cracks and bends with sandpaper.
It's gonna be so sweet when it's done now.
Oh yeah, it'll make a huge difference. It's gonna look sweet.
So now I got to wipe. There's some sticker residue that the jack wagons that cleaned this didn't get off. Thanks to Lonnie. Braxton's done something that the old redneck families used to say, cruising for a bruising. You're cruising for a bruising, and I'm going to be the one delivering it. Thank you, Lonnie, for leaving the door open. Electricity's free. Huh? What did you say? Just saying. Get to work, Braxton. So now we need to clean the plastics, wash it off real good, and clean it with alcohol after that, not whiskey, regular alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and then we can take it out, put it on some nice wood, hardwood, and paint it. Does that look good? So I thought, that's a treat for you, YouTube. Alright, let's start messing around. We got a business to run that's not profitable.
Look at that technique.
Call this the hurricane. Oh my gosh, Braxton and Lonnie are idiots. Who tries to sand over sticker residue?
Oh my gosh, I even told him to take that off.
I didn't do it because I was putting makeup on the mirror because I'm a baby girl. I pulled the sticker off and I said, Lonnie, get that off. And he said,
don't you blame
no. I'll wipe this on your black.
What kind of a moron? I am so... I just... I'm so mad right now. If someone offered me food stamps, I'd turn them down. For future references, that's how you get a sticker off. My bumper scratched. Okay, where are we gonna wash this at?
In the front yard.
In the tub?
The water hoses.
In the tub like a pickle baby. Hey Braxton, what are you doing? Just hanging out? You on break?
I'm done with that.
Are you sure?
Hold on, let me get check.
He knew I was about to go over and inspect it, and it was going to look bad on his 90-day
It's like
evaluation.
when you ask your kid if the room's clean and oh, I'll be right back.
Did you say you scratched my table?
Nope.
Lonnie did a phenomenal job at not doing his job. I love going behind people. I love it. I can't wait to do it more for the next several years. Relax, Greg. Jesus don't want you to hurt him. Okay, now we gotta go wash this. Hey! I'm bleeding. Hey Lonnie, grab that engine. Please don't scratch the paint. You said it somewhere where it won't scratch the paint. You gotta let the torque converter hang off. You can lay it up there on that wood table with torque converter hanging off this side. No, you'll have to turn it like this because the exhaust will block it. I hit my table with the grinder. So wheelie bars are no longer. Okay, so now we got to make sure and get all the dirt and everything off of this plastic. See how much they were supposed to wash this with a brush, and of course it's like I'm working with fainting goats. I'm wiping this down with alcohol and gonna paint this black. There's just gonna be some Kawasaki green accents on it. For some reason I like that green. I normally don't like, I mean, I guess the Kawasaki bike looks pretty good. I ain't hating on it, but for some reason that's what I've always thought the Super Scoot should be, is black bodied with Kawasaki green accents like the engine and the little cow that goes up on the handlebars with the RPM gauge. You want to catch another buzz? Like I've said in the past, I'm just doing like 50% coverage on the first pass. And the second pass, I will get all, there's like stuff falling from the tree. This is a certified paint booth out here. Trying to get this done so we can go ride. Okay. First coat. Done. We'll show you when it's done.
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
So we need to wipe this down because when I painted it, a bunch of tree sap got on it because we live in the woods. The woman and the kids and the dogs and me. So now we're putting on the plastics. Fits like a glove. There's our screw hole. Basically the only thing that holds this floor pan on is like, I think, six Phillips heads. I mean, it works good though. I mean, it don't move.
Really not much risk of it coming off.
There's risk of that screw not starting. Probably bed liner in there.
Good job.
Thank you. Alright, just making sure my headlight wires aren't binding.
Sap or no sap, it looks better.
Oh, it looks awesome. Before, it was pretty ratty. I like the brake setup. Show them the brakes.
Oh yeah.
We haven't ran our main cable up to the front, which we'll do that once these plastics are all installed.
Here to the T. Move your big head. A line going from that one to the T. And then of course the T will come hidden up the handlebars to the brake.
Only thing we don't have is a battery. We're probably gonna have to steal. I'm waiting on a shipment to come in from Go Power Sports, and remember, their batteries right now are 20 bucks. And that is crazy because the same battery at Walmart, I was out of a battery, like I really needed one day, and I was like, okay, I'll just run down to Walmart and buy one. I came home because they're $55 there. Now I've had great luck with those batteries. I've ran them for Aubrey's on the 150, lasted 2 years I think, and the only reason it died was because I never put it on a trickle charger during the winter, which you kind of need to do. Okay, so now you see the differentials all installed. It's pretty sweet. We got the engine tightened all up. Chains all lined somewhat.
Outside of wiring, throttle, and brakes.
Yeah, and the brake should be pretty simple.
We do need the steering.
Yeah, I was going to make a new steering arm, but I don't really feel like it.
You know what we should do?
What?
Do everything I just named, leave the seat off, and have a stand-up one.
This does have a performance cam in it too, with a standard rod. So
you get that nice wah.
And we're going to put a clear valve cover on it. I didn't have any when I built this engine. I have some now. And the best thing about a clear valve cover is it actually has a threaded barb in it, where I have I think a 1/4 inch hose stuffed in it, but you can get vacuum leakage and it'll cause your pulse pump not to work properly. So I'm going to put a clear valve cover just for the coolness too, and where we have that actual threaded in barb, so we're not going to lose any pulse to our pulse pump. Then our fuel tank will be on the front of the go-kart, so we'll have to run a fuel line down the floor back with the brake line, and then the wires, which we should only have a handful of wires.
It'll look better with everything else.
Yeah, I was about to say we can go ahead and throw this on.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. So we've got a lot done on the Super Scoot off camera. That's what tends to happen in this garage. We'll get everything filmed really nice, and then we'll just get excited and just start tearing into it. So what we have done is mounted the basket. I actually just welded the tabs on. You can actually pull the basket off though. There's 2 1/4 inch bolts up there and just 2 hooks down there. So if I ever want to remove it, I can. There's that oxygen tank. It's all hooked up and plumbed through the bottom. It goes under the plastic and zip tied and whatnot under the cart. We haven't hooked up the headlight or none of the electrical yet. So she's coming along. We have, however, sprung an oil leak, and I don't know if it's it has to be the side cover or this back oil fill. We need to just pull the torque converter off now and check it. But as you can tell by the tires, we have ridden this thing, and holy moly is it a million times better. That differential is amazing. The thing turns and it isn't crazy like uncontrollable now. The brakes are amazing, and we did put the brake calipers on backwards. This one was supposed to be for the opposite side, so the bleeder would be pointed up. Completely forgot about that, but we got them bled and it's fine. We might swap it out later. These brakes came with a T. These are Chinese ATV brakes, so they came with this little T, and I mounted it in the leftover few inches of the engine slot, so that worked out great. So now I'm waiting on the battery to come in from Go Power Sports, and we can wire this thing up and slap the rear plastic on, which is right here. You may notice that we have a black side cover with the red RBG Karts logo that's not, you know, straight. The reason for that is this freaking side cover, the one I painted all nice, I guess this bolt had stripped. About the 5th pull it came apart. We'll slap that black one, and I think I'm going to leave the black one and just put a green RBG Kart sticker on it. We got them everywheres on this. You don't want to model those legs? That's what robot can do. But we got the Go Power Sports header and muffler on it. We end up slapping on the clear valve cover so we can make sure we didn't leak any vacuum, because the stock valve cover where you push the 1/4 inch hose in, sometimes it can leak pressure around it and not pump that pulse pump correctly. But so now we can slap the rest of it together, do the wiring, and it is done. This is how the RPM gauge set, so you can still hit the buttons. This is kill switch. This will be headlight. This was going to be the starter switch, but it's like sticking in, so I don't know what I'm going to do about the starter. I'll probably get a thumb control starter setup like we put on the, what was that? 110
and military bike.
Military bike, that's what I was thinking. So I'm going to remove the torque converter because we have an oil leak, and I'm pretty sure it's the side cover, almost positive. And this is I'm going to try to do this without loosening up the chain. Probably is not going to work. Now I can just check. This was what I was thinking it was, the oil drain. It was, found it. This was not tight, but I need to cut those ears off so we can clear the torque converter. Forgot to do that. I'll tell you, that bandsaw has been the best investment. Braxton's been running the camera here lately because my lovely wife has been busy.
So if you wonder why the video quality goes down, that's it.
Well, no offense to Braxton, but it has went down. But I love him. I love him so much. But he's getting new. Becca wasn't good when she started. She was great. It's raining.
Hardcore.
Hardcore. That's why Lonnie's here today on a Monday. That's rare. There's just enough chain slop that I should be able to thread that. Ah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that.
Switch look at this. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at this.
That's nice. Lonnie's sneezing like a 2-year-old. Yeah, I'm a grown man and I sneeze too, girl. Make sure to go check out karthatools.com. They sent us out a Milwaukee set, as well as some vice grips. He sent us a ton of awesome stuff that we really needed. So thank you so much, Kartha Tools. Go check them out. We will be giving a set of these away very soon, so look out. Look out for that to be in a video. tried to get another grip on it. My hand slipped and I started climbing this. Those Makunis like to pour gas when you tilt them at that hard of an angle, but it's just the overflow pouring fuel out. It did it on the last build. I figured it would do it on this one. It runs way better. Just that cam from Go Power Sports made it come alive from the last engine, which the last engine was ridiculous. It had a Hemi Predator, now it's got the Duromax. Like I said, stock rod, stock flywheel. Pretty much all we've done is put a cam from Go Power Sports in it. Links will be in the description for everything. And I gotta get my RPM gauge set right. It's reading like 780 RPMs. I got the little booklet here that tells you how to cycle through it. And I think my wire isn't tight enough. You gotta have it really tight wrapped around the spark plug wire before it'll read. And I'm also running the aftermarket spark plug wire. Maybe the thicker coating on it could be throwing it off. But it looks awesome. We put the boat seat on it. We got this seat a long time ago. Old boat seat is pretty sweet on there. It's not as comfortable as the stock one, but she's pretty nice. What do you think about it, Lonnie?
I like it better. It's not as comfortable, but it looks better.
Yeah.
And it's still comfortable.
The only thing I have to do is I'm going to pull the seat off, cover the seat. I'm going to weld these arms into place because last time they would always fall off. It don't matter how much you hand cranked them down. So I'm just going to put four good tacks on it.
Some good wiggle to them.
Yeah, and the steering or the shaft for the seat does too. So if we can, we're going to sand it some and do a bead around the seat shaft where you can still remove the seat, but it gets that wobble out of it. But other than that, the thing's awesome. I think I need the biggest thing is line the front end, and we have one more sticker we're going to put on it. And there was something else we had to do. And then the wiring. We're waiting on the battery. So yeah, she's pretty awesome. Need to, her brake reservoir's full. I like it a lot.
Can't wait to ride it. I still haven't got to feel the differential yet, so I can't wait for that. Redbeard already got to ride it. Lucky.
And Braxton. Oh my gosh.
Get out.
I'm sorry. But the fuel system actually gravity feeds itself, because as soon as we cranked on it for like 10 minutes, I seen a reflection of gas and I was like, yeah, it's got gas. But it takes a lot of gas to fill up this whole entire fuel system. It took not quite, but almost a half a tank to fill up this line going back to the engine and the pulse pump. But
it's a tiny tank.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I don't even know, quarter of a gallon probably.
Yeah.
But once we put gas in the fuel tank, it actually pushed gas all the way to the carb through the pulse pump. So that tells me the pulse pump is barely needed, but I'm sure it was, we needed it. Another thing I can do is I have 3 more of those oxygen tanks. I could do a triple tank setup, or one more just for the amount of fuel, and just wide in under the basket. I think that's what I should do. We'd have about a half gallon of gas, which is plenty. I mean, for this, where are we going to be riding this thing?
Well,
Stage 2 is 98% finished. We still got to clock the steering shaft to get it lined up with the tires. Then we got to adjust the tires. It was almost perfect before. The first time before we broke the tie rod, this thing would ride dead straight, you remember? Yeah. Then we broke that tie rod. I'm glad we did it in the driveway and not going 55 down the road. Now we put longer, we got to have more beefy tie rods in it, so it shouldn't do that again. And like I said, battery comes in, then we'll shoot the clean slider shots, and this thing will be a cigarette butt. Redbeard's Garage is powered by GoPowersports.com. Go Power Sports has a huge amount of awesome go-kart and mini bike parts, and when making your purchase, use the Redbeard discount code in the upper right-hand corner of your shopping cart to grab yourself a sweet deal. Hit that subscribe button and make sure the notification bell is on so you'll never miss another episode, and go check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Pinterest to stay up to date with the channel. Guys, always come back to Redbeard's Garage. I'm out.